Good evening, everyone. This is Switch On Network. This is like YouTube channel where we're trying to bring you closer to what's happening on the pitch. I'm not alone as usual. I've got Xola Mlambo. I always say Xola Mlambo. The last part I was busy saying Xola Mlambo.
Xola.
Yeah, he's a midfielder that is still available. He's been playing for Orlando Pirates, beat Vets. He didn't play at Skukune. He almost played at Skukune, right?
No.
Okay. Okay, and we've got Coach KP.
Yes, sir.
It's good to have you again.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah. Let me start with you, Xola. I'm interested. What's your take on the Pirates game?
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for having me again.
Yes, Xola.
The game was a game of two halves. I think Sundowns had a fair share of their moments. They had their moments where they scared Pirates, and Orlando Pirates also responded. So I think it was a game that ended up being balanced, as the results also are showing, because they created chances, missed other chances. They created chances, they scored one, and the other one came back and scored one.
Was the score the true reflection of the match?
Because it ended like that, I think so. Because both teams had their moments.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely say, and it's good for football, you know, going into the second leg, it will make the game even more interesting.
Coach KP, you were at the stadium.
Yes.
You were watching it live. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming live from Farmhouse. We're here. So if you are next in the South, it's the home of the South, you can come and join us next time or anytime. But it's a nice place to be with family during the day, even in the evening. Coach KP, you were at the stadium. What was the take in the match?
Yeah, I think like Xola said, man, it was a game of moments. One would be tempted to say it was a game of two halves, but I don't think so. It was just a game of moments where anyone could have won it, anyone could have lost it. And yeah, for me, it wasn't what I thought we would see. In the past, we saw a very exciting battle between the two, but I think this time around it was too tactical for it to be way entertaining.
But what is it that you feel made it a draw? Sometimes it looks like they were controlling the game. Obviously, we can start by looking at the lineup. Pirates is a much changed team from the team that played in the first two league matches. We know the results. They lost both of them. Now we've got talent, but we've not seen starting. We've got Evidence Mahopa. Tino van Rooyen started ahead of Mashilwane.
Yes.
What was the check of the changes that, let's say, Ouaddou made?
Well, for me, I always say, Nadim, there's different types of preparations. If you're going into a cup game, you won't prepare the same way you prepare for a league match. You see, so seeing those changes, I don't want to say they were forced, but I feel they were forced. The coach had to go back to what used to work or what worked last season. That's how I saw it. And I don't know if he has luck or what, but he's getting results when it comes to MTN 8. Because remember, as much as they lost 2 games in the league games, but they won their first game. So right now they drew their first match, their first leg match against Sundowns, which if we are to go into the game, for me, Van Rooyen played very well. Mbata had a fair game. He didn't lose too much balls. And I think he was raising his hand, man. Yeah. He was showing that he really wants to play. And one player who impressed me, but he has always impressed me, is Hopadosk. Mahopa. Yeah, he was given Sundowns.
Even though he missed one of the easiest chances.
Well, that's what we know. That's what we know. Mahopa has to miss those chances. But I always say, good players are there on the right positions. If you are not in the right positions, you won't miss those chances. So before we take away the fact that he had created or he was on the right position, let's give it to him. He worked for him to be in the right position. Yes, he missed it. It could have been something else, but he played well.
Xola, what's your take about the changes that Ouaddou made, the Pirates coach, after losing back-to-back matches in the league against Kukun and Marumo Gallants?
In my opinion, I think it's good to rotate your team, more especially if you did not get the results. You don't change a team that's not broken, but Orlando Pirates didn't come with the perfect results. So it was good for them to go back to the drawing board to say, oh, Gonje, what was working for us? And to bring back one of the key players that was talent Mbata, seeing him play, it helped them stabilize the midfield a bit better with him and Dooley. They had more balance, you know. And to see Mahopa starting again ahead of Radiopane, it says they went back to say, let's go for the trial and tested, you know, because looking at the last game Sundowns played against Pirates, Pirates won, if I'm not mistaken. And those are the players that were
Yes,
there.
they won 2-1 at FNB Stadium.
Yeah, so those are the players that helped Orlando Pirates. And there's nothing wrong with going back to what you know that works for you.
So what do you think why do you think Bata was not starting the past 2 matches? Dino van Rooyen, Evidence Mahopa. I mean, Mabasa still nowhere in the team. The coach is trying to fool people who don't watch football and think Radiopanet is good enough over Mabasa, of which is not true.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm saying
Nadim,
that because I've never seen my Radiopane scoring a goal in the PSL from open play.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult comment for you to put it like that because we are not there training. That's one, you know, and it's of the coach's opinion who he feels that needs to start and why not. Maybe looking into the teams that he's planning ahead for. The preparation needs to come as he feels confident to go. So you always choose the soldiers that you think can go into the battlefield for you, but it does not mean it will always go right. You know, so he started the players that he started before, and they won the first game. They lost the two, and then now he came back to change and saying, "Oh, I have other people as well. Probably they now doing better at training because we're not there. So it's difficult to make assumptions and judges to why they were starting and why they
Is
were
it
not
really
starting."
difficult? Do you think those players who just came in were playing on merit? Are you trying to say that?
It's possible because they are a team.
Mashilwane was playing on merit height of Van Rooyen.
You can have a good weekend of preparation and then come game time, it's a different atmosphere, you know.
And
When-
Redovane was also in training, was performing better
it's
than
possible. It's possible, Nadim. It's definitely possible. So let's give it to the boys. They'll also grow into the game. I mean, Mashilwane, he's new in a setup of a big team.
And it's coming
So-
from NFD, a team that was not even near the top of the table.
Definitely. So when you are training, there are no supporters, there's nothing else. So hence I'm saying chances are he's doing well at training and the coach is seeing potential, and that's why he's even risking with him, because each and every player that you put in the field, it's a risk for each and every coach because it does not mean that the results would come out the way you want them. So the young boy probably is giving his utmost best, and he's been the better person to start.
Surely disagree with Xola that Evidence Mahopa, Tino Van Rooyen, Ndule, they were all playing on merit. You disagree with that?
Do I disagree?
Yes, you do.
Why are
Or
you
you
saying?
don't.
I
Oh,
disagree.
you don't. Okay,
No,
that's
but
an interesting one.
look, there's something that, like Utola said, we
Yeah.
are not there at training.
Hmm?
You see, well, I'm gonna kind of like disagree on one.
Hmm.
I still believe that as much as the coach looks like he believes in Radio Pande, how does he go on top ahead of Mabasa and Mahob? That's one
madness.
thing that I don't.
madness.
That
It's
one I
madness.
totally don't understand.
Madness. Yeah.
But maybe at training he scores a whole lot of goals. But also,
No,
like
it
he
doesn't.
said,
It doesn't.
man.
It doesn't score.
Are you there watching
like
them?
he said, Nadim, man. Remember when you are training and when you are playing, it's two different things, two different styles. So I believe that with pressure as well. Well, looking at the right back, for me it was always a question. Not that Mashilwane is not a good player. I feel Mashilwane does his primary job. He does the marking.
Okay,
I
not
mean,
about being a good player or better. Is he better than Tino Van Rooyen?
but
Is
if
he a better right back? The straightforward question.
the kind of football that Pirates plays, he's not. The kind of
So
football.
he was not playing on merit.
No, he wasn't.
And Radio Pane was not playing on merit height of Mahop.
No, he wasn't.
And then Mbata, it was unfair to put him on the bench.
Not really. I believe the player who was playing on Mbata's position can actually do the job that Mbata is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the center for me, either or, whether Mbuli or Mbata, anyone can start.
So, Xola, are you trying to say Pirates lose 2 back-to-back matches against Kukun? The coach is selecting the team on merit.
Only if I was at training, I would be
No,
able.
from like
My
analyzing,
opinion.
watching both games as a current player, seeing those kind of players playing ahead, you already know what Mbata, Mabasa, Mahopa, Van Rooyen, Shandu can do. You think those guys are starting on merit ahead of them?
They say you're always good as your last game.
Yeah.
So
So where was their last game? The good part.
it was the preseason games. before the league started. Those were the last games.
Yeah.
Because we cannot now base everything on last season's
season,
results. I mean, this is a new season. There's new signings. They also deserve to be given a fair chance, you know? And
What do you mean
one,
they deserve? Is it not like they're supposed to start on merit?
yeah, deserving. It's on merit. Whoever that performs better than anyone and the coach see fit, he has to put him, you know? That's where I'm disagreeing with Coach KB to say, we cannot now say, why is Radio Pane starting ahead of Mabasa and thing? Probably he's doing better at training. That's why he was given the chance.
It's madness.
That's your opinion, you know?
It's nonsense.
If the young boy is doing
a player that has never scored a goal.
No, but remember
from open play, only a penalty. And
I always say,
the penalty, Pirates were leading 7-1 against Mamelodi.
I'll also involve a situation that happened in the game. You guys are talking of Van Rooyen, a very good right back. Love to see him play. He's been doing great from Stellenbosch to Orlando Pirates. But immediately after his sub and they took Sebelebele back, it was a different dimension to attack Mamelodi Sundowns. So are we saying now Sebelebele as a natural right winger, is he a better right back than Van Rooyen?
No, Xola. I think looking at the game, if you go look at that game, I think Orlando Pirates' right side today, it was marvelous to watch. Watching Sebelebele and Van Rooyen play, they give each other that space to say, I'll do the marking, you do the attack. I think when they introduced or when they brought off Van Rooyen, the idea was to attack. There's nothing to defend because already Sundowns was starting to do what? To sit back. So as much as he was played, Sebelebele, he was played sort of as a right back. But if you look at how Pirates was playing, they were trying to overload both full backs to push Ho to this side and push
Definitely, I think I'll have to disagree with you on that one. I mean, Mamelodi Sundowns misses their right back, Umudau. The reason being is that Kulisomdau is not a natural right back. Kulisomdau is a right winger who was converted to be a right back. So when Mamelodi Sundowns have Ukulisomudau, they have an extra advantage in terms of attack. Because attacking, Ukuliso is going to give you an attack as a winger. And defensively, because he also has the defensive attributes, he gives you a balance in terms of having your defensive balance when you are being attacked. So Sebelebele is a natural right winger as well, who was converted to play as a right back because he also has the abilities to play as a right back, and his defensive duties, he understands and perfects the role. So now having Sebelebele playing as a right back for Orlando Pirates, it gave Pirates an upper hand because you are no longer attacking with one winger, but you are attacking, and like you said, it's an overload, but you are overloading with two creative players who knows how to play as a winger and knows how to play as a defender. But in attacking phases, he definitely changes his mindset. He's no longer as a defender. So those are the aspects that we also have to look at. That's why Mamelodi Sundowns have been dominant when it comes into the right side, because once Mudau goes forward, he's not a right back. Mudau can get into a box. You think he'll put a cross, you know? So those are the aspects that midfielders, attackers have. Sebelebele does the same thing. His first touch going behind Divine Lunga. It's not a first touch that was going to be taken by a defensive-minded player. So getting into that space, as playing as a right back, but knowing very well that you grew up being a right winger, it changes the whole dynamics.
Yeah, but I think we agree on one thing. What I'm saying to you is when they brought in Van Rooyen off, it wasn't a matter of Sebelebele is going to play that sort of a right back position. It was just like exactly what he's saying. We're putting him here because we know he's got a little bit of defensive qualities, you see, and then he's going to give us more when you're going forward. If you are to compare him against Umashilwan, hence why I said, for me, Umashilwan, he's not a bad player, but because of the kind of system that Pirates plays, he looks like he's bad. Why? His final touch in the attacking position, it's bad. But if you go look at his game, especially his first game, he won almost all the 1v1s. I'm going to go back to today's game. Against Kukun.
Okay.
Yeah. if you go back to
And
today,
Pirates lost, remember?
yeah, it doesn't matter.
No, it matters.
No, you
Remember,
know,
it's 3 points. That's how you win the league.
yeah, but you cannot judge a player because of how the team played. You can also go back to today's game. For me, Van Rooyen won everything against Matthews. He won everything. Going forward, yes, he missed passes here and there. Hence, what I'm saying, I think that Van Rooyen Sebelebele on the side gonna give us something.
Okay,
So-
let's go back to the statistics of the match. 44% for Pirates, 56 for Sundowns. And then total shots. Pirates at 14, Sundowns 9. On target, 6. Both 6. So
Yeah.
does it tell the story that it was almost even or it wasn't like that? Watching from the...
It had to be even if you were watching the game. I mean, both teams are keeping the ball in the areas that is not gonna hurt the opposition. Sundowns keeps the ball with the defenders and then try and play out with the midfielders. They tried. I always say, for me, Pirates is not a ball-playing team. Why am I saying that? It's only 2 center backs that keep the ball and they play them long. Only when Mbuli comes in, there's a combination from the defense into midfield and then going into attack. So position-wise, yeah, I think it's a fair one. The reason why we've got 16, is it 16 for Pirates? Shots?
No, for Pirates, it's 6-6 on target.
6-6.
Yeah.
And then off in total, how many?
On total, it's 14 for Pirates, Sundowns 9.
It only makes sense because remember, Sundowns went ahead. The moment they went ahead, they felt, okay, let's start consolidating, let's keep position.
Yeah.
And then Pirates was doing what? Trying to get goals. So it makes sense. So for me, yeah.
What's your take, Xola? Ball position, Sundowns dominated slightly, but at the same time, it was 1-1.
Yeah, we know Sundowns is always going to dominate you, you know, with position. But like I say, I think Sundowns, they also miss Umurena or Umudau in their rightful back position because he helps them a lot in terms of going forward and in terms of creativity
What's the story
from
with
the side.
Umurena? Is injured.
I don't know.
With Umtao, I know for a fact that he wants to leave.
Yeah, the last
but
time they said he had a knock.
With
Morena had a knock.
Umtao,
Yeah.
I know that they're trying to hold him hostage. He wants to leave, but they don't want him to leave.
That I don't know unless Tola does.
No, I know there's a big offers. Like, but it's more like Sundowns are not happy with the financial package they're gonna get by
For
selling
him.
him. But it's good for him. That's why he wants to leave.
I wish I knew, but I can't comment on hearsay. I'll wait for the facts to be issued out.
Yeah. No, I hear what
Yeah,
that. But
so-
he's not playing. There's no smoke without fire. Remember, PSL teams don't really tell when it's happening.
You
They don't
probably
really-
know it better. That's
they
your
don't
field.
really explain that.
That's
much.
your field. You are an expert on that one. But I think because both teams did not know as to what to expect, it started with them being a bit cautious, you know, not going all out. Like I said, the results, it's good for football. So the second leg, definitely, it's either you raise your hand or you're out of the tournament.
So,
you know,
were you impressed with Pirates or Sundowns in this game? Who impressed you the most overall?
to be fair, I think it's individual players, not the teams.
Yeah.
You know, I was very impressed with Sebelebele, how he played when he was put in as a winger. You see, he enjoys playing in those moments, and there's a chance that it was a slight offside or it was not. I'm not too sure as yet. I'll have to go and have a look at it. But it's the same thing that happened again. That's how he scored. He masters those movements. So he was an excellent player to watch for me today. Mokoena
So
as
it's a
well.
good signing overall.
Definitely. That's one of the best signing Orlando Pirates did. Mokoena on the other side as well, he was a marvel to watch. Defensively, he was there. Attacking, he was there. He was asking Pirates questions, you know, and I don't know.
Superstar, that one.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened that they also put Van Rooyen to be picking Mokoena. Height-wise, it's a disadvantage for the team. Hence, they were struggling a bit when it comes to set pieces. Mokoena also got a free header inside the box.
Yeah.
You know, it could have. So those are the aspects of the game that we have to look. But to see Mokoena starting the season as he's starting, he's saying, I have to go back to what I do best. Defensively, I'm there. Attacking, I'm there. Sebelebele as
I
well.
remember last season he was not even playing at this stage because Flemingbeck didn't want him to play.
When
Him and
like
Mtao.
I said, those are the fields that you
But
specialize
that's
on.
happening. It means Mtao wants to leave. Even last season Mtao was not playing and now he's not playing. And Ribeiro,
We will wait for you.
did Sundowns
That's
miss
your field.
Did Sundowns miss Ribeiro today?
Definitely, Ribeiro is also one special player that when you have, he gives you a different thing as defenders, because when you think he's coming short, he's wide. When you think you have him wide, he comes inside the pocket. When you think he's passing, he carries the balls and he's good in 1v1 duels. He has a lot of dribbles and he's not scared to take risks, you know. So today you saw they had she unfortunately got injured early as the game started. They introduced to Adams. So now you have Adams, you have Allende, you have Mokoena. There's no longer that different type of a player who's saying, I can carry the ball and dribble 1, 2, 3. I can come into the pockets, play one, spin off, and look for the ball behind. You know, so definitely they missed a player like him because he's a game changer. He decides games.
Surely Sundowns, you know that they're missing some of their superstars. By superstars, I mean Ribeiro, Mtao, Morena. Obviously.
Do they really miss Morena? Because
do they miss?
If I remember very well, as long as Mundau is there, Morena was always second best.
Yeah, but now he's not even there.
Yeah, now he's not even there. But
yeah.
Just
but
to
the
go
other right back, the third right back, he got the man of the match.
Which I don't agree with. In my own opinion, I really don't agree with that man of the match. But I'll get to it. So
no,
for
don't
me,
worry. Men of the match are not selected on merit.
Yeah, you see. So
I'll let you play how men of the match are selected.
Yeah, well,
it's not on merit.
Yeah, for me, I think the team that impressed is Pirates. I've got an issue, Nadim. I don't know if it's South Africans or what. But whenever a team is playing better or put Sundowns in 6s and 7s, we say Sundowns did not play well. Pirates played well as a team today. That's me. They really showed
most of the experienced players
were back. You see, they really showed character. They really showed character.
Otto came with giving the new players favors.
I don't think it's favors, but yeah.
Okay, in the new signings, who impressed you before we go back to the man of the match?
Sebelebele played very well. The young man Siema for me played very well.
Was so impressive. Yeah.
Nduli ever since he came. You see, with Siema, I mean, there's something that I saw. I don't think we've got so many centre backs that have pace like that boy, and that's what makes him it makes him very special.
It looks like Kogi is not gonna play because of that.
Well, for me, Kogi, you know, Maela last season, Maela, it might be Kogi this season because you look at the young boy, the only thing that you can see that he lacks experience. Usiema. There's mistakes that he made. It's just that they were not punished.
Yeah.
But you put Usiema, a centre back who's that fast, Nadim, against Ureinas, then you know you are settled.
Yeah.
If you can just fix those things. So for me, Sebelebele really impressed me. But for me, Siema was my man of the match. You see, looking at also he's playing with a young captain. That combination at first when I saw it, I'm like, hey, Pirates is
and that decision also to make a 19-year-old captain is a bit strange.
It's very strange, especially if you have seasonal players like Uchaine, you have Ohoto who has been wearing the umbel before. But yeah, it's the coach.
What to take on that one? Obviously, I'm gonna say it's a good decision. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I think it's a good task for a boy. Why not? If he can lead, let's give him the responsibility at an early age. You know. Why wait for him to mature or be older?
Yeah.
But he's able to lead at an early age. I'm definitely sure that he's not leading alone because as young as he is, a team shouldn't only have a captain that's wearing an arm belt. You know,
True.
The senior players also need to play a huge role in assisting him, being the leader. But there's definitely, it means that they saw the leadership qualities in him. So without UCBC as the officially announced up captain and Mbogazi as the assisting, it means Uguti, they saw Uguti, he has the capabilities.
Okay, can I ask, do you think Pirates can win the league or a trophy with Mbogazi as the captain? Second question, both of you guys.
Yes.
Where have you ever seen a youngster who's not even played a full season in a team captaining it, then went on that team to win titles?
But
has it ever happened anywhere where you see a young player being made the captain and that team goes on to win trophies?
But then Nadim,
but he's not the captain. He's a vice captain.
Yes.
So whenever the captain is not available, he has to take the
No,
ropes.
he's the captain. You know why?
No, in the absence of the best,
he's the captain
he is.
because if CBC can be out the whole season, he's the one who's supposed to lead Pirates to the
Definitely. And that means he has the leadership qualities. And it does not mean Uguti, if UCBC is outside, they won't assist the boy. It's not only UCBC. Utloki was holding the captain's arm belt last season in the absence of Umayela, and they did lift the trophy in MTN 8. So they also definitely have to play a role in assisting the young boys. Wherever he's lacking, they have to help him pick the pieces.
Yeah. I honestly don't think he should be the Pirates captain. I think he needs to worry about his game. He's too young. He's 19 years old. He needs to fight for his place. If Nda
is back.
Sibis, Nda, Sesana, Sibis, is Mbogazi playing as Pirates in the starting lineup, according to you?
Currently, yes.
All of them,
all of them fit, yes. He plays.
Yeah.
He plays. It's very rare to have a left-footed centre back. So there alone, it gives you an advantage. So who's starting? I'll always start the young man with Olisa. Why would I start Olisa?
Then you don't start the captain.
Yeah, for me, I wouldn't. Why would I start Olisa? You're looking at area. Yes, it's fine. Is it a matter of his age? Because if you look at how he plays, he doesn't play like a 19-year-old. So are we saying he's not a captain because of his age? And I've
never seen a team winning trophies with a 19-year-old as a captain. Anyway,
it can happen.
It can happen with him.
History is always made.
Yeah. It can happen with him.
Yeah.
So history is always created.
Okay, like for instance, what is it that you think Pirates must do in the second round? Because obviously they're going to play again.
Or in the second round against Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah, throwing the 1-1. Who benefits from this 1-1?
Both, man. This thing of going home away, come on. How many times has Pirates played in Lucas Moreira? For me, it doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is the atmosphere. And if you look at the fan base, there's high chances that Pirates might have higher numbers of, So for me, it doesn't really matter. There's one thing that I've picked up with the Mamelodi Sundowns team. It looks like there's no plan. Ever since Mushishi got out, I saw they changed the system. They started playing with one CDM 2-8, which they pushed to Allende and Jaden Adams. But if you look at from the 26th minute up until the 34th, they couldn't get hold of Sales. But every time Sales had the ball, it looked like they had magic. So for me, I think it's an open game. If Pirates can go there wanting to upset Mamelodi Sundowns, there is high chance.
But who do you think has a good chance?
Looking at both games, I think Pirates, because they look like they're a team that has nothing to lose.
Mister?
I think Pirates started playing better after the substitution got Sales and after they've considered a goal, because Sales was doing something very interesting playing on the side. They struggled with picking him up when he came in to receive in the half spaces. He did that perfectly. So the moment he came out, I think Sundowns' plan changed completely. Now they did not know who to use because nobody was doing it like Sales did. And he also has that moment where you think Uguti is going. No, he's cutting inside, he's dribbling, he's getting into right spaces. So the very interesting thing is that both these teams have CAF experience, and playing home and away can be an advantage to the home team. And the Sundowns also, they know how to use it well, But I think it's going to be a game of moments like it was today. It's going to be too tactical. So it will be decided by a mistake. Whoever that's going to make a mistake is going to be punished. But if it continues like it happened today, it might be decided on penalties.
I'm interested in that question I asked Coach KP. With all the centre back fit, which is Kogi is not fit, right? That's why he's not playing.
I think he's fit because he's on the bench.
And
he is fit.
I'm not too sure about Unda, but I would like to think he's also fit.
And then Sasana?
Probably Sasana is still recovering. Maybe he's in the next stage of his recovery. But the coach said
the only players who are not available is CBC, Nda, and Makaula 3. Didn't mention Sasana.
But Nadim,
it looks like the coach doesn't even know that
Nadim,
but
let's give an excuse for the coach. I mean, the man is under pressure. I mean, I heard his press conference as well saying he was playing tomorrow, Friday. So for that, we can forgive. There's something Xola said, man, and I just,
but
if you can give me more.
It's too big for him, this guy.
No, we'll go back there. Xola, with the sales issue.
Please, that question is very important.
I'll go back.
Yeah.
With the sales issue, I've picked up something.
Yeah.
I don't know, you saw when they took Sales out.
Yeah.
The coach, because doesn't believe in the youngsters,
Yeah.
he forced to play Aubrey as a wing, Aubrey Mudibe as a wing, and then Divine Lunga coming in as a left back. And if you look at where Pirates scored,
Yeah, I think that's where he lost it, in my opinion. Because
Cardoso, right?
yeah, he could have risked. I mean, you are 1-0 up. Let's trust these young stars when they given a chance and they deliver. He could have put in Umabena or put in Uletako. You know, probably something would have worked differently, but he saw things his way and he was hoping that it was gonna go according to how he wanted. You know, so probably wanted to consolidate and have a bit of two left backs now playing on the side, but that's where he conceded the goal. So it's sometimes you plan and your plan doesn't work out. Like I'm saying, Uguti, it's just unfortunate, Uguti, we are not able to be in those teams training session to know what happens, who's fit, who's doing what, this and that. But going back to the question that you asked, Orlando Pirates the coach is going to have a headache, you know, when it comes to center back pairing, because they have a lot of quality, man, at the back. If you're gonna have Usesane back fit, you're gonna have Unda back fit, you're gonna have Umbogazi fit, you're gonna have Usiema fit. You can't play them all. And how do you then manage as to who is playing, who's not playing? Because Unda has qualities that we don't have center backs that have, like South Africa, of which Usesane has a bit of that, and Usesane has a bit of confidence also in terms of build up.
And that's why
he helps a lot.
Decision to make a guy when all the best center backs of the team
no.
are there is not guaranteed to start. That's why I feel it's a bad decision to make
No,
him as a vice captain.
but he can still sit out. Who said as a captain you must start?
Jack Mayela was not starting. the
Yeah,
past
so
two seasons.
if the coach feels on the day that Mbogazi is not going to start, he can still sit outside.
Okay,
But
it's not an issue.
yeah, I don't see Mbogazi starting outside.
Wrapping up with this match, who's likely to lose this job between the two gentlemen? For me, I think the Sundowns coach, it looks obvious that if it doesn't beat Pirates in the semi-final,
Why
they
you saying
react.
that?
I remember when Mangoba and Rolano were coaching, they lost to Pirates 3-0 in Polokwane. Immediately, Mangoba was removed, Rolano was elevated. Rolano lost to Orlando Pirates in the final Nedbank Cup in Nelspruit. He didn't come back the following season.
So the reason was that he lost.
I think so.
Against Pirates.
Sundowns, they are like that. Even Mangoba Mniti lost to Makesi and then lost to Polokwane. He couldn't finish December. It looks like the team in the last 3 seasons, they've sacked coaches. Yeah, like 3 coaches have been let go. While with Pirates, they allow you. I mean, the guy. If the guy, do you think if Pirates Sundowns lost 2 matches in a row like Pirates, the guy was still gonna be coaching Sundowns?
I'm not sure. I'll have to wait to see it happen. So I'm not saying Sundowns should lose 2 games for us to see it happening or what's gonna happen, but that decision, I don't know what they take those decisions based on what, you know?
No, based on performance. Because they are more like they believe they should win anything, they should be beating anyone. If they lose, then it's a problem.
Yeah, but I mean, Coach Pito was there. He lost MTN 8. He lost the Nedbank. He won the PSL.
Yeah, but that was different people. Now Fleming Beck is the one who's in charge. Is the one who's calling. Is the one.
Also, Fleming Beck. That's how he works.
Yes,
you lose a cup, you are out.
He's impatient with coaches.
But
Mangoba Mnich is the same thing. Was on top of the log.
But the coach lost in the final, the CAF final. Here, we still see him.
Man, there was a war after the game. Even as we speak, the leadership of Sundowns is divided because of that. Some wanted the coach.
Where do you get all of these things?
Some wanted the coach out. Some wanted the coach to stay.
Where do you get all of these information?
From people inside the team. No, from people inside. There's no team in South Africa where we don't have sources inside.
Serious?
Yeah, we still people inside the team.
Ha. Hey,
insiders.
My double job.
My man, the question, you remember it.
What is the question again? Who's going to lose the job first?
Who's more likely?
Who's more likely?
Yeah.
Pirates is a patient team. Management of Orlando Pirates is very patient. That's why they've not won a league
for 13 years. I agree.
You had to say that.
Yeah, no, that's the reason.
Yeah, I think
immediately they see they are not winning the league, they act immediately.
Nah, but I think between the two, the most likely, if results keep going the way they are, it's Ouaddou.
Ouaddou, you think so?
Yeah, if he's gonna lose 2 more games, I think he's gonna be let go.
I know you didn't see the game, gentlemen, because we're preparing to record. Stellenbosch, the game is just ended. They beat Sekhukhune 2-0. Does it mean that tie is over, or Sekhukhune at home might surprise?
Hey, Nadine, all of these teams are involved in the CAF championship. So it's very difficult. And it seems as if like they are using their home advantage to their best. And everyone knows Uguti, it's not easy going to Cape Town coming back with 3 points, more especially when they are using their home field.
Yeah, even this one is a cup competition.
Yeah, when they use their home field, not to take the games at close or it's difficult to play Stellenbosch there. So it's not going to be an easy one. They also have experienced players who know how to manage the game. Even if they go to Polokwane and lose 1-0, they know they are safe. But how Stellies play, it's a team that plays on transition. So any given mistake by Sekhukhune, they could be punished as well. You know.
What do you think the second leg going?
Yeah,
I know that for a fact. For me, it's not surprising because Steve Barker
has been here
beating
before.
Eric Tinkler many times.
Yeah, for me, man, as much as it's going to be an exciting game that I can tell, it's going to be a game of goals. But for me, Stellenbosch will go through.
To meet Pirates or Sundowns in the final?
To meet
Pirates or Sundowns? I need a name.
Pie Downs.
Pie Downs.
Yeah, Pie Downs.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's our review. Stellenbosch is going to meet Pie Downs in the final. So Lucas Moraipe will decide who's going to be the winner between Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. For me, the way I saw it, I thought Pirates started a bit well. Then Sundowns scored. When they came back, it looks like they might sneak a win because after scoring, they created a lot of chances. For Sundowns, I don't think in the second, they thought they were going to win it 1-0. Second half, I didn't see much. But second half, if Cardoso lose to Pirates, obviously, one-way flight to Portugal is going to happen, guys. Thank you so much. Subscribe to Switch On Network. Share. And yeah, thank you so much for everything, guys.